If a sword had a memory, it might be grateful to the forge fire, but never fond of it. The fire shapes it, tempers it, and gives it purpose, but the process is brutal, unforgiving, and relentless. In many ways, this is the essence of From Software's games. They're the forge fire of gaming, shaping players through trials that feel insurmountable, yet ultimately rewarding those who endure. The Orphan of Kos took me roughly 40 attempts to defeat, carving out about 5 hours of my life in the process. I still remember the haunting beach lit by a cinematic moon, where I faced this abandoned, newborn god. The screeches of the creature as I mistimed yet another parry still echo in my mind. It was a fight that felt impossible, unfair even, and yet I kept coming back. Why? I could have easily put down the controller, called it bullshit, and moved on to something easier, something kinder. But I didn't, and I'm not alone in this. Millions of players have faced similar struggles in From Software's games, and yet these games are more popular than ever. On paper, this shouldn't make sense. How can games that are so punishing, so unapologetically difficult, captivate so many people? The answer lies in the way these games mirror life itself. Life is not easy. It's a series of ups and downs, triumphs and failures. We all face moments where we feel like giving up, where the weight of our struggles feels too heavy to bear. But it's these struggles that shape us, that make us who we are. From Software's games understand this deeply. They don't coddle you, they challenge you. They force you to confront failure head on and learn from it. In Dark Souls, the characters warn you not to go hollow. In the lore, going hollow means losing your humanity, becoming a mindless husk of your former self. But on a deeper level, it's a metaphor for giving up. The game is telling you, don't quit. Don't let the hardships break you. And this message resonates far beyond the screen. It's a documented phenomenon at this point. Souls games help people. A search online reveals countless stories of players who credit these games with helping them through depression, anxiety, and other personal struggles. There's something profoundly therapeutic about overcoming a challenge that once seemed impossible. The genius of From Software's design lies in its balance. Yes, the games are difficult, but they're rarely unfair. When you die to a boss, it's not because the game cheated, it's because you made a mistake. And with each failure you learn, you start to recognize patterns, identify openings, and refine your timing. Slowly but surely you improve. The game doesn't get easier, you get better. This process mirrors the way we grow in life. Think about it. When you face a difficult situation, whether it's a tough exam, a challenging job, or a personal loss, you don't overcome it by giving up. You overcome it by learning, adapting, and persevering. Souls games teach us this lesson in a way that's both visceral and empowering. One of my favorite games of all time is Sekiro. It's a masterpiece of design, from its fluid combat to its breathtaking world. But what I love most about Sekiro is how it strips away the safety nets of other Souls games. You can't overlevel your character or rely on co-op summons. There's no hiding behind a shield or spamming magic spells. You have a sword and a prosthetic arm. That's it. The game forces you to master its mechanics. Early on, you're likely to try and play it like a typical Souls game, dodging attacks and playing defensively. But Sekiro quickly disabuses you of this notion. The first major skill check, Genichiro, is a brutal wake-up call. He's fast, relentless, and unforgiving. You'll die to him over and over again until it clicks. You learn this game is about precision, timing, aggression. And then there's Ishin, the final boss of Sekiro. It's a test of everything you've learned so far. He's a culmination of every mechanic, every lesson, and every ounce of skill you've developed. And beating him is pure euphoria, a feeling of accomplishment that few other games can match. So how does this all translate to real life? How does dying to a boss 40 times boost your self-esteem? It's simple. Souls games simulate adversity. When you beat your first boss, it feels like a monumental achievement. You carry that confidence into the next challenge, only to be humbled again. The cycle repeats throughout the game, each victory building on the last. By the time you reach the end, you've grown stronger, more resilient, more capable. This is exactly how life works. You face a challenge, overcome it, and feel a surge of confidence. Then another challenge arises, and then the cycle begins anew. Maybe you fail a few exams and start doubting your abilities. Maybe you face setbacks at work or in your personal life, but over time you learn, and you adapt, and you grow. Souls games teach us to embrace this process. They remind us that failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone to success. They show us that perseverance, even in the face of overwhelming odds, is its own reward. If a sword had a memory, it might not love the forge fire, but it would understand its purpose. The fire is what gives the sword its strength, its edge, and its ability to cut through anything. In the same way, the challenges we face in life and in games are what shape us into stronger, more resilient versions of ourselves. So next time you're stuck on a boss or facing a seemingly insurmountable challenge in life, remember, the fire is not your enemy. It's your teacher. And when you emerge from it, you'll be sharper, stronger, and ready for whatever comes next.